profits from you, ate off of you, got rich off of you, and defrauded you from the truth, man.
He's talking about Farrakhan, but that's not talking about Farrakhan. That's talking about Esau, the super rich.
Chose the Arabs. Stop trying to run up under Abraham's skirt tail. Stop trying to run up under Abraham like that's your way in to be the chosen. That's the Arabs' lie to get in. You ain't up to Ishmael nowhere. Even if you want to say Ishmael's the chosen, you ain't of Ishmael. So that still don't put you in the running. That still make you a servant, man. And that's what he doing. Read.
Quiet, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered in the ears of the Most High of Sabbath.
Read it again.
Quiet, and the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Most High of Sabbath.
You hear that? The cries of them have entered into the ears of the Most High of Sabbath, man. Not the Most High of bowing down 5 times a day. Not the Most High of Muhammad. Not the Most High of the Arab, but the Most High of the Sabbath day, which was given to the Hebrews, man. So stop trying to bring...
First of all, that coon can't read because he read Sabbath, but the great and powerful General Yahanna, the scholar that he is, should have picked up on it. If he knows the book of James, which evidently he doesn't know the book of James, because if he knew the book of James, he would know that part rich, the word there is pluosis. That's where you get the word Plutos. And Plutos is the Romanized name for Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, which you can go to hell if you do wrong. You go to hell in his sight, or you can get riches because gold and silver come from the ground. So you can get blessings or cursings from Plutos. So it's not talking about Farrakhan. It's talking about Esau, the elite of Esau, the super rich of Esau. Like, for example, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, and these other super rich families that you don't even hear about on CNN or Fox News. They don't even. When was the last time you heard Rockefeller? Been a long time. You hear about what's this guy? You hear about Warren Buffett, which he's supposed to be worth about $60 billion. Well, the Rockefellers and the Rothschilds and the families of the Oppenheimers, they're worth trillions. Go ahead.
Yeah, the word there for the rich men, like Elder Tar was bringing out, is plusios, and you'll see that in the Blue Letter Bible Dictionary, and the definition is wealthy, abounding in material resources, abounding abundantly supplied, and down there it says wealthy, abounding in material resources. So that lends credence to what Elder Tar was saying about these rich banking families. Now I'm going to go back to James 5:4. Behold, the hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped are entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth. So what do you want me to look up?
Okay, that's it. Give it back to me. Give it back to me. Oh, look up Sabaoth.
Right. Okay, now we're going to look up the word Sabaoth from the Greek.
Strong's G 4519. Sabaoth. Sabaoth.
And the definition is Lord of Sabaoth, Lord of the armies of Israel, as those who are under the leadership and protection. They have Jehovah, but we know his name is Yahweh. The protection of Yahweh, maintain his cause in war.
Right, so as you could clearly see, that scripture there is not talking about the Lord of Sabbaths, of the Sabbath day. It's talking about the Lord of hosts, which is the Lord of the armies of Israel that used to go, that went out with our forefathers to war. Now this guy, since he got put on the spot, he went into this tirade, this rant, and he called the brother a fool and all this stuff. But he called and said, "You coming up against a scholar." So if he was a scholar, he should have known that, you know. So this guy, he's full of beans. That's basically what he is, you know. And he's a charlatan, like Elder Tara was saying, and he's being exposed, and is going to keep being exposed.
Yeah, that word, Sabaoth, is the Lord of Sabaoth means the Lord of the troops, the hosts, the armies of the Most High. Now, if he was a scholar, he would have corrected. He would explain that, which proved that he's not a scholar. Now, that's the Greek form of. It's like the English / Greek. Well, the Greek form of saying the Hebrew word tazabah. So we're going to go into that word and see what it means in the Hebrew.
Right. The Hebrew word there for host is tazabah, which means that which goes forth, army, war, warfare, hosts, army, hosts, host of an organized army, host of angels. Pretty much the word means host or army.
Now scroll all the way down, you're going to see a group of scriptures in the Old Testament.
Okay.
Just name some of the scriptures.
Okay, and to prove that, you can see certain scriptures that proves that in the Old Testament. Genesis 21 and 22, dealing with Abimelech. All right, and Genesis 21 and 22, and it came to pass at that time that Abimelech and Phicol, the chief captain of his hosts, of his army, spake unto Abraham, saying, The Most High is with thee in all that thou doest.
Okay, that's all I need. So that word there in James, the 5th chapter, Sabaoth is a Hebrew word, tazabah. Any scholar would know that. But you're going to go off on the rant.